Okay, I think we have everything we need to start here. I'm gonna make a lemon loaf. In fact, I'm gonna make 3 lemon loaves. I'm gonna double this recipe that I have here. This is from Sally's Baking Addiction. Somebody asked me to make a lemon poppy seed loaf. I made one last week. It wasn't lemony enough, so I'm gonna play around with the lemoniness of it. And it could have been because my lemons were not as tart. So I'm actually gonna do a hybrid between fresh squeezed lemon and some of this concentrated lemon, or, well, no, it's not concentrated. It says never from concentrate right on it.
Sorry, folks. I just got yelled at by the cameraman, although he doesn't really yell. I got a stern talking to from the cameraman about the fact that I was running the dishwasher while I was shooting the lemon loaf video. I apologize if the audio is a little bit affected because of my newbie mistake.
Organic juice. The kind you put in delicious jams and jellies. What is that called? Preserving. Ay, ay, ay. When you're preserving delicious jams and jellies, you use this kind because the acidity level is even and you know exactly what you're getting. Well, I think we experienced that last week when I did the lemon loaf because it wasn't lemony enough. It was delicious, but not lemony enough. So I have been requested to make another loaf. And then I'll put the other 2, well, we'll probably eat one, but I'll put the extra one in the freezer. That way somebody else wants one, another one, I already have it. And that helps me manage my time. Okay, 4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I am definitely a no measure person when it comes to cooking. I know in some baking items it's more necessary to be exact on things, and then obviously once I perfect recipes and whatnot, this is not a recipe that I'm looking to perfect, but with my cookies I'll be weighing everything. I weigh most things now when I make my breads because I fresh mill the flour, and I weigh the wheat berries before I mill, and that makes life easier for sure. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, flour, poppy seeds, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. So poppy seeds. That was another thing I didn't have a lot of last week that it could have used more, was the poppy seeds. So I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. No, where are you, poppy seeds? 3 tablespoons. I know I've watched videos on YouTube that say, don't buy the fancy cute things for your kitchen items. And for the most part, I don't have fancy cute things, but my silicone whisk, it really is more fun to cook because it's all colorful. So I pretty much only use it for my dries, but I fall into that, oh, it's cutesy trap. Whisk the egg and granulated sugar together until combined. Well, maybe not, because I like to combine steps where I can. And my eggs are already in there. So it looks like we're gonna have to, okay, my eggs are in here, but I also have oil in here. I wonder what would happen if I whisked my oil and my egg together. I wonder why they want you to whisk your eggs and your sugar together. Is that just so that you, I would think you would just whisk the eggs if that were the case, that you just needed them broken up before they got into the, all right. 1.5 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. I look at the amount of sugar that's in a lot of these things and I think, holy cow, that's a lot of sugar. The funny thing is I'm not a huge sweets person. My claim to fame is vinegar. Vinegar, lemon, tart flavors. Oh man, my mouth is watering thinking about it. Like Frank's red hot sauce. Oh my gosh. I love to make nachos and pour Frank's all over the top. You may have seen in another video, if it shows another part of the kitchen, the kombucha. This batch is done. Here, I'll show you. I put this batch in. Kombucha grows in my closet, in my bedroom. January 15th, put it all together, and it's been a little over a month, and it's perfect. The cameraman loves the kombucha, and they say it's good for our gut, but pretty much cameraman and I are the only ones who will drink the kombucha here because it's strong and tart and fizzy. I only do it through the first step of the process, though. I've tried to add fruits and fruit juices, and it never comes out right, so we just drink it like that. Get our lemon stuff ready. My little handheld squeezy thingy here fell out of my cabinet a couple weeks ago and the handle broke off. This is usually the cameraman's job, but today it is mine. My hands aren't great. I have carpal tunnel and cubital tunnel on both sides, but I manage it fairly well. I sleep with a brace on my right side. I don't really have any pain with the carpal tunnel. It's more of I get this snapping motion, and it feels like somebody's snapping a rubber band in my wrist. And then the other thing that's very strange is my nails will go flat when I'm inflamed, so to speak. We'll use the bottom of the cheese grater. I hate it when that happens. So much easier to zest a lemon before it's cut. My mother-in-law has a lemon tree, so she shall be coming, I believe, today. We don't want any of me in this. I mean, I know they say when you make your own breads and sourdough and whatnot, well, sourdough is bread, but you get the idea that everybody's bread is a little different because they're in their bread. Kind of almost sounds gross, right? So anyways, cameraman usually does this for me. The squeezing of the lemons. Because when my mother-in-law brings over a bunch of lemons for us, we'll do them all at one time, squeeze them, throw them into snack size Ziploc bags. Well, they're not Ziploc, snack size Up and Up brand. Measured, metered. It has markings on it about, the measurements, quarter cup, half cup. They work out really well. But I use lemon a lot in a lot of different things. A lot of my soups have splashes of lemon at the end. Shocker. I may have mentioned that I really love sour. So I could go the rest of my life and not have treats and goodies and probably be fine. Because, once you kind of go away from this stuff, you don't really crave it. But I would really suffer if I had to go without my tart. If you're curious at all what I'm listening to, my older son, who is, what's the year? Is this 2020, 2026? How old is he? No. Are we? No, we're in 2025. Okay, I'm gonna call out right now why it is my brain doesn't work half the time. He is 28. I was trying to do math. I think I mentioned before I'm not amazing at math. I know this is functional math, so I should be just fine. Yeah, he's 28, which tells you roughly how old I am and why it is my brain does not seem to work as well as it used to. I can't even remember what it was I was going to tell you guys. This is one of those times where you're like, oh, it would be really useful if I could rewind the video. Well, that would be useful, but then I'd have to stop recording. Oh, you're just killing me. Killing me. And we need 6 tablespoons of lemon. I think we'll do 3 and 3 because this lemon is typically stronger. And this will get us to 4. I wonder if I could fit 2 more in there. Yeah. Now, what was I doing? I was putting in oil, sour cream, milk, lemon juice, and zest. Does that look like about 3 tablespoons of zest? I do not know. All right. We're gonna put all of it in there. Oh, I remember why it was I was mentioning my older son. Anyway, earlier this year, oh no, I guess it was last year now. Back last year, about a year ago, he turned me on to lo-fi. And so when I'm doing something that requires me to have to think, I'll put lo-fi music on in the background, usually in my ears in the background. And it's calming, it's soothing, it's so in the background that it's you don't even really notice it. But I much prefer listening to something like the lo-fi music. He also turned me on to classical music back when he was in high school, many, many moons ago. At least that's what it feels like to me. He was a marching band kid. And he went to public school. Cameraman, I homeschool. And we have the support of a charter to help us with the homeschool, but we do most of it not with their classes. And that was probably the best choice that we ever could have made for him. And he would agree. Public schools these days, they are not the same as they were when my older son went through public school. And they're definitely very different than when I went to school. It's been a long time. And it's very, very, very different than from when Granny went to school. One of these days I'll sit down and give you all my thoughts on homeschooling and public school and how all that has worked out. I need to turn on my oven. 350? Yep, 350. This is already looking much better than last time. I did not put enough poppy seeds in it last week. One of these days I'm gonna get me a little bit bigger bowl. I love these mixing bowls. I don't even know where these mixing bowls came from. They might have come from Granny's house when we moved here. By the way, Granny is my mother. Which, if you've seen her in any videos, you would probably be able to tell she's my mother. There's some seriously strong genes that come down my mother's side. So anyways, I listen to lo-fi, and this one, I don't know if you can see or not. This one's got SpongeBob, because I grab it right off of YouTube. It's cute. I like SpongeBob. A lot of people in my age range think that SpongeBob is annoying, and I could see that, but I quite enjoy SpongeBob. Not that I sit and watch SpongeBob these days, but, you know, having an almost 30-year-old automatically requires that at some point you have watched SpongeBob. a lot. All right, and sour cream. See, I'm getting all out of order here. All right, so now we gotta add the sour cream. You can see how streamlined my baking is these days. I listen to the lo-fi so that I can think, and then I'm trying to talk at the same time. Clearly not thinking. I'm looking for things that are right in front of me. Okay, 2/3. Yes, 2/3 of a cup of sour cream. I just realized I now need to wash this out. Why did I do that? All right, let's try this again. So silly. I think I probably should have bought 2 sour creams this week. I may end up having to send my husband back to Costco. We're gonna run out of sour cream. I only bought it 2 days ago. Holy cow. Now we can put the sour cream in here, and then I'll prepare my pans, and by that time we should be up to temperature. Pretty thick, this batter. Hopefully everything's in it. Wouldn't be the first time I've forgotten an ingredient. Dude, yesterday, I was making the red velvet snow cookies that were apparently amazing and fluffy and light. The first batch I pulled out of the oven. And then I started multitasking for the other batches, and that did not go so well. I overcooked and straight out burnt some of them because I forgot to set the timer. And that was depressing. I did try I did not try one of the burnt ones, but my husband will eat the burnt ones. They were so dry and crispy. But I ate the ones that were a little burnt, and the flavor was phenomenal. But I did not want to try one of the softer ones because I want to give those out to people. But wow, that tasty. And with the red velvet, so most cookies you can kind of tell, oh, they're getting a little dark around the edges, but the red velvet is dark red already. You can't, until it's burnt, you can't tell. So I had no idea. I asked the cameraman, how long ago do you think that I put those in? They were still clearly in there for a longer time than they were supposed to be. Prepare these pans. I'm not loving these pans. They're too flimsy. Well, that's what happens when you buy things on Amazon. Yeah, the ones that I was getting at the grocery store, I kind of liked better. They were twice as much. They were same size inside, but the top kind of went out a little bit, and then the lid was super tall. These, I have to be careful about how tall the loaves get, right? So I hope I filled them up properly, because this pistachio bread that I made yesterday was overflowing up over the top, and that makes it difficult to glaze. And then I can't put the lid on to take it to work with me tomorrow for people. Although at least with the pistachio bread, the person who wants that lives in my same city. You know, I take it for granted that you understand what it is I'm basically doing and how I'm doing it. I figure if you really want to learn how to cook, there are plenty of videos that you can find about learning how to cook. I'm just bringing you along to watch the journey. There's Granny.
Good morning.
Hello. Did you see my Mickeys that I made there?
I see that.
I hand squished them from the bits that were left after I used the cookie cutter. So if you want to see what we're talking about, it's the Rice Krispie treats. Hopefully that you can see the Rice Krispie treats that I made yesterday, and I smushed together some of it to make drippy Mickey heads, because we've got a bunch of Disney fans around here and at work. Let's see if I can maneuver this without things flying all over the place. These pans are lightweight. They kind of, a little breeze comes through and they seem to want to fly off all over the place. There. Let's get the third one. Might make more than 3. I might end up with a couple of muffins. I don't want to end up with them flowing all over the place like yesterday. That pistachio. Yeah, I'm gonna have some muffins. Yeah, I don't think I'd buy these pans again.
What?
I don't think I'd buy these pans. They're not sturdy enough. They don't give me enough to work with. And the lids. I mean, like, you have to have the world's flattest loaves for those lids to do anything. You know what? I might have enough here for a mini loaf. You want to come over here and tell the camera hello? Yes, you do. I already mentioned you. Before you got here. See? That's Granny.
Hi.
I told you. You could tell we're related. Yeah, see, these pans are so much better. You can see why they cost twice as much. Oh, they're a lot heavier. And they got the little lip on the edge. They're much better. And then it's got this nice tall lid on the top.
It's got a real big dump.
If you grab me one of those lids, you see my problem here? Like, the difference from that loaf that goes flat right here at the edge to that loaf. Which one gives me more of an option for not overfilling and...
Option B.
Yeah. Not amazing. I'll do mini loaf. I wonder how long the mini loaf would take. Well, less time than the big one. So if the big loaf goes for about 50 minutes, although I'm gonna check it 45, maybe 30? Hey, and if this one's a little too full, at least I don't have to worry about the lid not fitting. Although I don't think this will be too full. So I think these pans are a little smaller. Although we might have known that they were ever so slightly smaller. I wouldn't think it would have made much of a difference. Yeah, this is definitely a small loaf. Watch, it'll come right up to the nice, perfectly to the top, and the other ones will still be overfilled. Yeah, they are super floppy, flimsy. Let's put these dudes in. Ooh, it's nice and warm. All right, so I'm gonna have to set 2 timers. I'm gonna set one for 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna set one for 30. Now I just have to remember which order. What am I supposed to be doing? All right, we'll see how they come out. How's my audio? Is it actually going?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's good.
Yes. Well, look who decided to get up.
Hey, I was asleep.
The cameraman is finally here. So now that these guys are done, you saw me pull them out of the oven, but they weren't exactly, there was no audio. Whoops. I'm gonna snip off the end of this piping bag. Let's see how big of a drizzle I get out of the lemon glaze. Actually, I think I'm gonna do this one first. Which end do I start at? I wonder.
I found out where I got it.
I think I'm gonna start off down here. Here, I'll try to do it all left-handed.
Thank you.
I
I was
may
going to say
need
something.
a bigger drizzle.
That's fine.
You say that. I'm the carpal tunnel person that has carpal tunnel in their left and right hands, and this is definitely hard.
It's fine.
I'm gonna need my second hand here. Okay, we're gonna make it bigger. I also wonder if there's gonna be enough.
Frosting.
If I have frosting left in the bag, I'll put more on that one. If not, we don't have as much frosting because I don't feel like putting more into the bag. I thought this was gonna do it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, this is gonna be better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna have enough.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Goodness. Oh, biffed it.
Greasy.
Oh, biffed it again.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. So I think that one I wonder if I should put a little bit more.
You're not gonna add more to the little one?
We have more frosting. I think that's gonna stay that way for now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you make the little one?
That's how much I had left of the dough,
I see.
or batter, rather. All right. Lemon loaf, complete. Check.